Well, the National Music Conference and exhibition Moshito came to a close yesterday in Newtown, Johannesburg. And to assist us and to unpack some of the issues raised is Andre Leroux, the General Manager of SAMRO's Corporate Affairs. A very good morning and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Romy.
Well, 2009, Moshito, was it just another talk shop?
There was a part that is a talk shop. That's why it's called a conference. That's what conferences are. And since the beginning, we've had the conference aspect. What's been really cool is that it's not just the conference aspect, which is internationally now acclaimed, talking about the music business across the globe, in Africa and in South Africa. But we've grown the exhibition element. All the exhibitions stand where there's a lot of trade in music, a lot of deals made, a lot of CDs passed around. And that's a really important aspect for us, because that's where different people across the music value chain, your managers, your record companies, your promoters, start to trade with each other. But what was really the highlight, I think, of this year, besides the trade's important, because it's not just a conference, it's where people make money out of the business of music.
That's exactly why I said, is it a talk shop where people just get together to talk about these great ideas and we never see anything come to fruition?
There are three aspects. The one is the talk shop, which is the conference, and that's important because the talk shop builds on here and here. The other aspect is the trade in terms of deals and the business. But the final aspect that we brought on board, which is really interesting, is the showcasing. Because you can't have a conference about music with no music. And the showcases have been absolutely fantastic. Last night we saw Finantois from Niger, Menoir from Madagascar, and Tandiswa, who closed the whole show. Closed the conference, and it opened up with Bakiti Kumalo, our own Bakiti Kumalo from New York, as well as the Blackjacks, who are now in the US launching. So different artists that have made it or are making it or cracking in to the music industry are at Moshito, have been there, and it's been a real blast. I'm blasted at the moment.
From yesterday's concert, but do you really think there's a need for this conference?
Well, according to Phil Tripp and about 15 of the international guests that we had, they said there's a definite need for this conference. When we went to negotiate with the Equations Music early on in the year, and they take 12 promoters from across the continent to trade shows all over Europe, they said, where can we come in Africa? And the only place they could come to look at trade in the music business in Africa is Moshito. There used to be Massa in Northern Africa. Now there's Moshito, and there's nothing else where you have the people that produce music, the people that sell music, the people that look at the rights in music, coming together and talking about how this business can work better. It's not government that should make the business work better. It's not industry that should make the business work better. It's not the artists. It's not the promoters. It's all of those factors. And then also artists themselves. What's important to us is that artists, each one is a business on their own. So you come there, and some have done it. They've traded with their business cards. They've traded with their CDs. They've made deals. Some of the promoters...
Possibly new contacts as
New
well.
Contacts, we usually say new friends. Friends lead to deals, leads to contacts, leads to contracts. And with the music industry, you start small in terms of knowing someone. And if that someone is one of the 12 promoters on Equations Music, maybe it's a show that you're going to go to. Because the music business has changed quite a bit. As we know, the global industry is being affected by this crisis, the economic crisis. But what's still happening is that people are touring. Tickets are being sold, as with Arts Alive, as with Joy of Jazz, and across the globe. And for us, it's also important that artists don't only jump across Africa and go perform in Europe and go perform in the US, but there's inter- and intra-African trade.
All right, thank you so much. That's where we leave it. So many questions to ask, too little time. But Andre Leroux, thank you very much for coming through this morning and wrapping up Moshito for us.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Andre Leroux, that is SAMRO's GM for Corporate Affairs, talking to us about this year's Moshito conference and exhibition in Johannesburg. If you attended, we can live at sabc.co.za. Your thoughts are more than welcome.
Soweto, sunuka nyange, Soweto, 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 Sunuga Nyange, Soweto, Soweto, Africa Fatewul, Nyedano Soweto, Dark Center Punyol, Binyuam, Nyol, Binyuam, Africa, Africa, Wasuper Gamon, Hamlenyo Sinjon, Sin Jambar, Punyu, Sin Faida, Takuna, Africa, Africa, Nelson Mandela, Yokola di Jamba, Royuka, Gamaway, Royuka, Gamaway, Mandela, Mandela, La Reuka Zamas, Herbi Fajuko, Tokwachtan, Bajubo, Jamoam, Libanais, Sénégal, Sénégal, La Reuka Zamas, Herbi Fajuko, Tokwachtan, Bajubo, Jamoam, Libanais, Sénégal, Sénégal, Soweto, 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 Sunuga Nyange, Soweto, Soweto.
Now that music is surely to get your Sunday morning off to a good start. Omar Pene is one of the artists and will be performing at Jazz on the Lake at Zoo Lake as part of the 2009 Arts Live International Festival. We're going to a quick ad break. After that, Sutalenkwe with all your sports news.
Nyedano Soweto, Dark Center Punyol, Binyuam, Nyol, Binyuam, Africa, Africa, Nelson Mandela, Yokola di Jamba,